here are some functional basics that you should practice. Now, if John comes at me with an angle 5, let's say, and I cut and I check, and then he comes at me at an angle 7, and I stab, and I disarm, and I slice his throat, and I put him into a hammerlock, and I stab him into the body. That's not reality. I mean, that kind of stuff looks cute. It's good for movies, it's good for seminars, it's good for demonstrations, but that's not knife versus knife. Now, functional basics would be, if John comes with an angle number 1, I want to make my cut. Notice I'm doing a step and slide. So, to break it down, I have to step and slide. Now remember, you step 6 inches, you drag 6 inches. You step 12 inches, you drag 12 inches. I have to step and slide as I evade my upper body, as I protect my throat, and as I meet the force or make my cut. One more time. You want to do that all at once. Step and slide, evade, protect your throat, meet the force, make your cut, or defang the snake. Let's look at that again. Angle 1, I'm here. Now, if your blade is sharp enough, and if you cut deep enough, you will be cutting the flexor tendons, which are responsible for closing your hand, enabling things like gripping or making a fist. That's on an angle 1. If it's an angle 2, as it comes with that angle 2, it is the same concept. I'm stepping and sliding, I'm making my cut. All that together, I'm going to go slow. He comes on angle 2. I step and slide. Now here, step and slide, evade, and make your cut as you're protecting your throat. One more time, a fast angle 2, make your cut. Now, in reality, on that angle 2, if your knife is sharp enough, and if you cut deep enough, then you will be cutting the extensor tendons, which are responsible for opening your hand, allowing for things like spreading your fingers or extending your hand. That is reality, and those are things that you need to practice. Keep in mind, the more you practice, the more you're going to create that muscle memory.